Hey guys, welcome back to another Blackbird Studios tutorial. So, Halloween's coming up, and I decided to make this jack-o'-lantern in Blender. So, let's make a new file. And let me just turn on screencast keys so you can see what I'm doing. Let's delete the cube and add a UV sphere. Let's go into the properties of the UV sphere and change the segments to 33. Let's tab into edit mode. Go to edge select and alt select every third edge. Okay, now let's scale these on the Shift Z axes, which means on the X and Y axes, but not the Z axes. So let's scale them just a little bit. Then let's scale them on the Z axes. Now let's go into vertices select the top vertice, and turn on proportional editing. What this will do is it'll select all the vertices within this sphere. And let's just bring them down a little bit. Now let's select these and scale these on the Z axis 0. Just like that. Now let's go into front view and add the stem. Shift A, add a cylinder, but let's change the vertices to 6. Scale it, move it on the Z axis, scale it a little bit more, move it down a little. Then let's go to face select and go into front view and position the cursor to somewhere over here. Let's go to the spin tool. What this will do is it'll spin around the 3D cursor. It'll spin the face. And we can position this. Just adjust this. And we can change the steps. I'm gonna do about 3. Great. Now let's go back to box select, and we can turn off proportional editing and scale this, and scale it down or up, just so it looks good. Then we'll add a cylinder. This will be the eye, the jack-o'-lantern. Went down to 3. Rotate it on the x-axis 90 degrees, and go into front view. And I can just position this where you want the eye to be. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just move it on the on the y-axis so it comes out of the pumpkin. Scale it, move it, and rotate it. Let's Shift D to duplicate it. Move it rotate it. So those are the eyes. And you can make whatever shape you want with these eyes. Let's add a cube for the mouth. Let's scale it. And again, move it so it's coming out of the pumpkin. Scale it on the z-axis, on the x-axis. Let's select this edge, extrude it, put on the z, scale it, extrude it, and scale it some more. Extrude, scale, extrude, and scale. And we have a very basic mouth. Let's just select all these objects and press Ctrl J to join them. Now let's select pumpkin and add a modifier, Boolean modifier, and select this object. Now let's apply it and delete these. And now it'll cut these holes in the pumpkin. Now let's tab into edit mode and select all the faces in the back. Then we'll delete them. Delete the vertices actually. And you can see that there's a bit of a problem over here. But we can fix that by selecting all of these and making a face by pressing F. Just delete that one. Make another face. And now only the part that we want to cut through is cut. Now let's select everything with A and select all toggle. You can do that twice. And E to extrude. And then scale it. So there's actually some depth, as you can see. Now our pumpkin is finished, and we can add materials to it. So if we go to this materials property down here, we can add a new one and select a pumpkiny color. But you can't see the orange material on it because we need to be in material mode. And you can see that we have a cool orange color. Now let's do the same thing with this one, but to make it green and make it a little bit darker. Then let's add a light, a point light. Actually, first, let's Shift S and put the cursor to the world origin, which is the center. Then we can add a point light. And you can see that the point light isn't doing anything. It doesn't emit any light, but if we go into rendered view, then you can see that it actually emits some light. You can turn up the power so it's brighter. And we can also change the color to an orangey color, or a yellow color actually. Might be better. You can... I'm actually just gonna dial up the power a little bit more. Now let's go into the render properties and change the render engine from Eevee to cycles, and this will just give us a better render. And as you can see, we have a very nice looking pumpkin. Great, and I will see you in the next video. And if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe.